That is a remarkable finish.
Burke goes for the corner and Leah Burke's in. And it's Tamsin Renew. The pass from Holly Dodd.
And this could be the first goal of the game because London are going to get there and touch down. He's gone for the same ball and it's going to work.
Beautiful.
They might score the winner. And North Wales have another.
Brings it up to the line, drops it off to Hazard, who reaches through.
Good afternoon. Welcome to sunny Dewsbury. We're at Flair Stadium this afternoon for round 3 of the Betfred Challenge Cup. An all Betfred Championship tie, Dewsbury Rams hosting Andrew Henderson's York City Knights. And we are looking forward to this one. The prize is a home tie against Sheffield Eagles in round 4 as these two sides continue both their pre-season preparations but also with the makeup of this 2024 calendar season, their next step in their respective cup campaigns. Kyle Amor, a Challenge Cup winner and Wembley try scorer, alongside me once again. Looking forward, as we watch both sides go through their warm-ups, looking forward to a bit of a tussle here this afternoon, Kyle.
Yeah, certainly, George. Good afternoon to you and good afternoon to everyone at home. I think the word tussle pretty much describes what we're going to get this afternoon. You know, the field's looking heavy. Yes, the sun's out, but these two sides are looking for that all-important progression into the next round of the Cup. A home tie lies await for either one of these sides against the Sheffield Eagles should they progress here this afternoon. And we've already seen some upsets yesterday. You know, amateur side York Acorn going down to semi-professional side Cornwall and turning them over. So yes, there is a difference in between the leagues of these two, but you know, reputations don't mean anything in this competition, and may the best team win over the next 80 minutes.
It was a terrific victory, wasn't it, for York Acorn, who we featured last time out, Kyle, a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
We weren't quite as warm then 2 weeks ago, were we?
No.
Up at Orrell St James, but that was a fabulous victory for them. Here, well, I guess the great thing about this fixture, Kyle, at the stage of this season is we've no idea what we're going to get from either side.
No, you're certainly right, George. You know, at this stage, they're very much in sort of pre-season mode, aren't they? Obviously, you know, with the season that's about to come up, who's prepared, who's done all their work, which side's going to execute that game plan, and you know, ultimately, George, it's just about winning today. It doesn't really matter at the end of the day what the performance looks like. It's just about getting that win.
We'll confirm the starting lineups for you in just a second. We've already alluded to the two old friends who are head coaches, Dale Ferguson and Andrew Henderson. Let's hear from them next ahead of this one.
Through the friendlies, we've obviously done well in parts, and then the last two games we've done the same again. First half against Keighley were pretty poor, then come good in the second half, and vice versa last week. But yeah, we want to put an 80-minute performance together, and hopefully it works today.
Are you viewing today as an opportunity, this stage of such an iconic cup competition?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously we're against a tough York outfit, and they've changed a few bodies around, and we've got a good test against us.
Yeah, York will be seen as one of the heavyweights, and your opposite number, Andrew Henderson, a guy you'll know very well from your time over the years together at Scotland. Just talk to us a bit about that dynamic and how much he's helped you in your kind of young coaching career so far.
Endo was a legend of a bloke. He rung me as soon as I sort of accepted the job, and he offered his hand in anything I needed with learning sort of thing. And when I played alongside him, we were the exact same. He's a great bloke. He's a knowledgeable bloke, and there should be more people like him.
A word on the conditions today, a bit heavy underfoot, bit gusty, bit of sunshine as well. What type of match could our viewers on the Sportsman expect?
It's going to be a tough game. York have named a big pack. We've got a sort of big, young, physical pack. So I'm anticipating to be straight down the middle in this sort of sloppy conditions, and we'll see who comes out on the better.
Andrew Henderson, great to see you. What does today represent for you and this team?
It represents an opportunity, George, an opportunity for some of our players that featured last week in the 1895 Cup against Wakefield, an opportunity for those players to right some wrongs in terms of their performance levels, and it's an opportunity to have a look at some of our younger players as well that we've got in our squad to sort of assess where they're currently at, to sort of determine, you know, their sort of development plans moving forward, etc. So, no, it's a great opportunity for us today, and one that we're very, very excited about.
How big a challenge is it to have a game which could see it through to round 4 of such a prestigious competition effectively taking place in in pre-season?
Yeah, no, it's a different dynamic to contend with this year. You know, we've traditionally planned our pre-season program around sort of starting the season, you know, at this sort of time. But it's different this year, and we've just had to adapt our sort of pre-season program, and effectively we've sort of had that mentality that we are still in pre-season. You know, we deliberately didn't have any friendlies. We've used the sort of 1895 Cup games as friendly sort of fixtures to some degree. I know they're competitive fixtures, and we've treated them with a competitive mindset. But it's just, again, for me, it's all preparation to round one on March 17.
So how do you rank the health of the York project, if you like, at this moment in time?
Yeah, look, I think we're in a good place. You know, I just look at it where we were 12 months ago and the progress we've made both on and off the field. You know, I think the club off the field have been doing some fantastic work behind the scenes to keep generating the interest and the growth within the club. And then I think on field we've seen, you know, our performance operation in terms of staffing, yeah, that's increased with the addition of Paul Cook on the team now. We've seen our squad. I think we had a squad size when I first arrived last year, about 24 players. We've now got a 31-man squad this season. So, you know, and the fact that the team progressed over that 12-month period as well, I just think, you know, that's what we sort of mark ourselves against is that progression as a club and as a team, and I think we've seen that. And the exciting thing for me now is what will this team be able to achieve this year? You know, and we've deliberately used the first two 1895 Cup games and today as an opportunity to have a look at every single player and get a feel for where they're at, and help us as coaches to make sure we get the right balance to the squad for what we believe is the best team for round one.
And a final word on today's opponents. It is, or it will be, an all-championship tie, a team that you know are no mugs.
No, they're not. And look, I think we know, you know, the conditions today are going to play a part. It's believe it or not, it's quite windy. Obviously, it's quite a heavy pitch as well, so that's something different that we're going to have to contend with. And we're coming up against a bit of a wounded animal, really. I think, you know, Dewsbury will probably arguably agree that they haven't been at their best in the first two games or first two competitive fixtures that they've had, and they'll want to make a statement today. And I think we've seen it time and time again, George, over the years, that form really goes out the window when it comes to Challenge Cup. You know, we look at ourselves last year, we weren't in the greatest league form in the but Challenge Cup, we had a fantastic run. So we're aware of the danger that Dewsbury will present today, but ultimately we can only focus on what we can deliver and what we can control. And hopefully, you know, the team that we have out there today, you know, I've got confidence in them that they can execute well and deliver the plan, and hopefully we'll see some really strong performances, because ultimately what we're looking for as coaches is having some real selection headaches going forward.
Good luck today.
Thanks very much, George.
Okay. Andrew Henderson and Dale Ferguson, two old teammates with Scotland, and let's take our first check on the 217s today, starting with the hosts, the Dewsbury Rams, a line-up with Bailey O'Connor at their full-back, wearing 4. Then Perry Whiteley, Ollie Greensmith, Marcus Walker and Lewis Carr. The halves, Jacob Hookham and Callum Turner. Up front, Jimmy Beckett, Curtis Davis and Jackson Walker. And completing the 13, Brad Graham, Bailey Dawson and Louis Collinson. The interchange bench, a mixture of experience and youth, with Jamie Field, Joe Hurd, Ronan Dixon and Joel Russell for the head coach, Dale Ferguson. Well, Andrew Henderson, in his pre-match interview, hinted at getting a chance to have a look at some of his younger players today, and he goes with Alex Donaghy as his fullback, Francis Coggle, Miles Harrison, Connor Bailey and Bradley Ward. Look out for Nikau Williams in the halves with Taylor Pemberton, Akuma Tai, Will Jobb and Jack Teamby in an experienced front row. Then it's Ollie Field, Harvey Reynolds and Jordan Thompson making up the starting 13. Today's interchange bench, Josh Daly, Connor Fitzsimmons, Brendan Santee, who will inject a bit of spark, and Harry Price. For the head coach, Andrew Henderson. It's a beautiful day, sun intermittent between dark clouds, but I think we're going to stay dry, which, looking at the pitch, Kyle Amor, is probably a good job, because it's so soft. and even through the warm-up, it's really cut up.
Yeah, you're right. The pitch isn't in the best condition, but given the time of year, we are still in early February. But just looking at the two sides there, I do believe that the forward pack, particularly for the York City Knights, with Akumatai, Jack Teamby, Jordan Thompson, the experience from him, and then you mentioned coming off the bench Fitzsimmons and Brendan Santee as well. There's the couple.
There's the prize. Doesn't get any better. One of the most iconic trophies in sporting competition, in any sports competition, I would say. The Challenge Cup. Some great memories, personally, I'm sure.
Memories good and bad, of course. Warrington in 2019 going on, and we were favourites for that game, and credit Warrington Wolves that day. They done what the Cup always does and produces different storylines and goes against the trend, and obviously they went on to win it, but we managed to get hold of it 2 years later. So the dream is alive for these two sets of players now this afternoon, and who will progress? Well, we shall see.
What does it do? What does it do for you as a player when you come out of the tunnel and you see that? Because to all intents and purposes, yes, this is a third round tie in the Betfred Challenge Cup, but it's also a pre-season game in some respects in terms of what lies ahead in the Betfred Championship. But for these players, they complete the warm-up as they've done now. You can hear the cheers and the applause as the Dewsbury Rams make their way back into the sheds to have their final team talk, their lessons to learn, and to get themselves hyped up and ready, and then they'll be coming out. It's really tight, packed tunnel in this. They'll be coming out. It'll feel a little bit like pre-season, and then you come out and you see that trophy, and then it means business.
Well, what it does, it gives you hope, doesn't it? As a little boy or a young man, you would dream about one day being able to lift that cup and play at Wembley, given that you play in the sport of rugby league. And I remember even my time at Wakefield, even in a Super League outfit, that you would hope and you would dream and you would envision yourself trying to get through the early rounds with hopefully luck being on your side that you could perhaps get to Wembley. Now, look, the brutally honest opinion is these two sides won't go on to the Challenge Cup final. I very much doubt it, but it gives you hope, and that's what's great about sport. Again, you just hope one day that you can get to go on and lift that trophy, because it's a special feeling.
What are you expecting from York City Knights this year? Dewsbury will be, a relative unknown, having won automatic promotion. You did a lot of the Betfred Championship last year. You will have seen a lot of York. It's a project, very much a project that Andrew Henderson has been brought in to spearhead. He's got funding behind him. He's got a brilliant setup, a great stadium, and a good squad of players. Richie Milov, another one of those added who we're not going to be seeing today. What are you expecting from York this year?
I think also as well, you missed off in there, George, that they've got an owner in Clint Goodchild who's looking to see a vision of Super League and progress that. The optics, when you look at York City as a club, tells you that they are a Super League side in waiting, and the big but is they have to produce it on the field. And I think at times last year they were disappointing. They did have a lot of injuries, I must have to admit that, but it is a squad game and you have to be able to overcome all that and progress. So this year is a huge year for the City Knights. A lot's been made in and around their social media. I watched a bit of a YouTube documentary that they did about how this year is everything. It's almost an all or nothing for them. So this is the beginning of their journey here today, and it's important that they get over the line in this game, I believe.
That's the raw, unpredictable beauty of why we love live sport. You can get all that funding and backing and infrastructure in place, but it's got to happen on the pitch. Featherstone have seen that the last few years. Look at what they put behind them. It didn't happen on the pitch. Go a step below, and Oldham are looking to do that as well.
Absolutely.
And they had a brilliant victory up in Barrow yesterday. It's on the pitch that you've got to get your answers.
It certainly is. And this afternoon, George, you're playing against, everyone's sort of fancying York, but like you said, the progression that Dewsbury made last year, coming away in a game that you feel as a club that you should win is always very, very dangerous. And I think the first 10-15 minutes is going to tell us an awful lot about how this game's going to pan out. And yes, we are both here tipping York Knights to get over the line in this one, but I don't think it's going to be all their own way this afternoon.
It's set up for a very watchable contest here, live on the Sportsman, as the players emerge past that iconic silver trophy, the Betfred Challenge Cup. So much history, so much theatre, so much drama behind it. Dewsbury Rams and York City Knights going to write a new chapter in this. The hosts are out in their all black with the familiar red and gold trim, awaiting the arrival of their visitors, and here they come, led out by their experienced 9, Will Job, to take their field here at Flare Stadium. It's live and exclusive on the Sportsman, round 3 of the Betfred Challenge Cup. Dewsbury Rams versus York City Knights, and the players are out, they're pumped, and they're ready to go in bright sunshine. Welcome sunshine in West Yorkshire in the second weekend of February. And a good feel around the stadium too. Here we go. Dewsbury will line up to our left, playing from left to right, with York set to receive in their predominantly white shirts, with the black shorts, white socks and gold trim. Dewsbury Rams and York City Knights, live and exclusive on the Sportsman. We were here 12 months ago. One Kyle Amor was here at this stage in this competition, and learned what Dewsbury are capable of.
Let's not talk about that, Georgie.
We're underway, short kick-off, and a good, confident claim. As Dewsbury went short, York allowed therefore to start 40 or so out from their own line. Job will shift it to this near left-hand side. Those ice-white York shirts already getting muddied on this heavy Dewsbury surface here at Flare Stadium. And York already up and over halfway. Job barking instructions. Through the middle they go. Thompson takes it on.
Slow play of the ball there.
Referee happy enough with it. Job is going to continue down that right-hand side, bringing in Miles Harrison. Last tackle this. 30 out right edge. Where's the kick going to come from Nico Williams? Just pops it up in the air just to see the strength of that sunshine. It's a confident take by the fullback, Bailey O'Connor.
Yeah, disappointing kick there from Nico Williams, the former Whitehaven player. Just puts the ball a fraction too long, and it's able to just be diffused in the in-goal area, and as a result, the Dewsbury Rams on this smaller pitch than usual are just able to cross over that 30-metre line away from their own end and just allow themselves to settle into this opening exchanges.
First feel of the football for the hosts, as Curtis Davis, their hooker wearing 20, shifts it to the left-hand side. And that's where he will continue as Dewsbury make their way up towards halfway. Will Job helping out in the tackle. A few words of encouragement from this main stand as James Beckett takes it on and is grounded in opposition territory. 4 is the count, so one more and then they'll look for a decent kick, and it's a good field position as well as Collinson is grounded 35 or so out from the line. Hanging back is Callum Turner for the kick, but they come to the right hand side and Hookham instead puts it up into the Dewsbury sky.
He doesn't want a part of it.
It's bouncing all over the place, and it's hacked forward. Hacked on by Dewsbury.
George.
And there is an injury, stayed down.
Looks in a world of pain.
So he reached in for the kick and then
it's Brad Graham.
Went into traffic, did Brad Graham, and he has stayed down and he is in a lot of pain. The kick was allowed to bounce, cup 2 or 3 battle. Let's have another look at this.
Yeah, well, the fullback doesn't want a part of it. When as Graham just kicks the ball forward, just see there, oh, that's a big collision. It certainly is. Bradley Ward, it's no foul play, innit? He makes an attempt to get on the ball, but as he goes down, he just hacks the ball forward, does Graham, and just finds that leg That standing leg in an awkward position.
Yeah, absolutely no malice. It was a very unfortunate contact. Let's have another look. Goes in, full-blooded for the kick, straight into the challenge.
Oh, he's up on his feet, which is great to see. We don't want any of... we saw last time on the Sportsman, that long stoppage in play.
Almost an hour, wasn't it?
But it's York now to clear their own end through the full-back, as he just carries hard and straight into the loose forward of Collinson.
It looks like he's going to run it off. It was just a heavy contact. Yeah, that injury up at Oral against York Acorn. Dislocated kneecap, was it? Or it's almost an hour break waiting for the ambulance. You had to rearrange your evening plans, didn't you, I think? Move back to dinner reservation. Here's Will Job.
Akumatai. Solid, hard-working front row, very explosive. Difficult to handle at this level as well. It's Taylor.
It's up again. They're going to kick early. But again, the starting position from Bailey O'Connor is very good. Takes it confidently enough as well in the orange boots. And
there's a better end to that set from Taylor Pemberton. The high kick. Just 2 metres infield, and there's a penalty given away. Too eager to get off the line of the York Knights.
First infringement, York offside, piggyback up the pitch for Dewsbury, who've started with a great degree of confidence.
Well, they are, because Nick Williams' kick was too long, and then Pemberton's kick was perfect, but there is a part of that transition phase after play 1 and 2 where you've got to be alert, you've got to be tough and aggressive with your line speed, but jumping the gun just allows the home side straight into their opposition half and not have to exert any energy whatsoever, George.
First opportunity for a full set in opposition territory, and it goes to the hosts with Callum Walker, the 7, heavily involved. That's a good defensive effort.
Yeah. Team B.
Andrew Henderson's York City Knights, Team B heavily involved, and Jackson Walker dumped on his back. Hooker wearing 9 but playing in the halves. Held is to shout on this near right-hand side as the sun disappears once again, and Hooker running laterally right to left, giving it a bit of shift, and Callum Turner takes it on. Now an opportunity for Graham, who look to have recovered from that early knock. That hefty collision around about the ankle. Turner once again. They're going to set up right in front here. Last tackle. Most of the options to this near right-hand side, where Carr waits on the wing, but they're going left, skinny side, and they're looking to get the man free, but it's behind everyone and straight into touch, and York survive.
Well, they had 5 numbers down that short side if you include the fullback, and Callum Turner just goes to the line and tries to float a ball out to his wing and miss 2 players out, but the timing and the execution of that wasn't where it needed to be, and the ball goes behind, and you just see there, into touch. Not quite sure what he was thinking there. Donaghy getting his hands on the ball early on, the fullback.
York being well contained by the Championship new boys, Dewsbury Rams, who won automatic promotion from Betfred League One.
No.
Incorrect. Play the ball. We're going to see a few of them, aren't we, in the first few months of the season, I think?
Yeah, Miles Harrison. I think it's an incorrect play of the ball. One of those new laws that have came into the game, and the referees will clamp down on it. You have to make a genuine attempt with your foot to play the ball, and we just see here Miles Harrison just stepping over that ball, trying to do the right thing, but it's the wrong thing now.
So an opportunity, great opportunity for the host, with James Beckett promoted to Dawson. Bailey Dawson wrapped up by 3 Knights jerseys. Left is the shout with Callum Turner. York standing firm again, but for how long? They're right back on their line now. Turner once again, he's got loads of options here. Hookham promotes, goes flat. This is beautiful.
Looks like a 6 again, should have been. The pass was released.
Yeah, it looked like the York man had got there. The referee has missed it. Hookham going for the line on its own. Well, that was fantastic ball moving, and a penalty given away in the end by
ball in hand
Dewsbury.
as well.
Opportunity was knocking, but it goes begging.
It was a terrific read by Francis Coggle. He shuts down ball and all just as he's about to release the pass, and saves his side what would have been, you would imagine, an almost certain try in that corner, as we tried to dodge the ball that lands about 5 metres away from us.
Yes, almost took that one. It's a 0-0 on the Sportsman, 7 minutes in. There's another strong carry from Akuma Tai, takes 4 Rams jerseys with him. Job has a look, and then he'll release to his right-hand side. Promoted by Jordan Thompson. Still going strong. Job again. Looked to be favouring that right edge, but then says no, let's just roll up our sleeves, get up the middle over halfway.
You're going to have to do a little bit more of that this afternoon, play through the scrum lines and then take their opportunities. Perhaps a chance
Jordan
now, George.
Thompson again, and then Nico Williams. And it's knocked on this near side. Mistake by Coggle.
Yeah, it was good shape, wasn't it? But again, I think Coggle has to take that pass in. And so far there's been 8 minutes, and you have to say, George, that Dewsbury have started the brighter. This is perhaps the real first chance in play, in good ball for the visitors. And Francis Coggle just can't take that pass in. He's aware of what's in front of him in Lewis Carr, and he just drops the ball.
So Dewsbury's turn once again. Very contained opening, 9 minutes or so from both sets. Penalty apiece. But Dewsbury here for a game today. Ooh,
Well, they get away with that one.
It does. It kind of popped up and went backwards in the official's eye, so it's play on.
Challenging once again through the middle of the field. This time it's Collinson.
Last tackle. Where are we going to go with Hookham again? He just pops it up down the line using this bright sunshine. Didn't get anywhere near for the tap back. Well, in fact, it was knocked on. It'll be York ball.
That's 2 kicks now from Hookham, and I don't know whether it's a planned thing he's trying to do, but he's lacking a bit of purchase on them kicks, and it's almost bouncing in that no man's land area. It becomes a lottery, though, for York if you're going to let that bounce. We saw one earlier on, and this time Dewsbury get a hand to it.
Job.
It's a better carry. Harder and direct. We're seeing again here, George, York are now just realising that they're in a battle, they're in a tussle, and they're going through the middle of the field as he looked to spread the ball. Williams with a kick over the top. The race is on.
Starting position was good from Carr, but he's under pressure. He wants to leave it, and he gets away with it.
Well, he just slips there. We mentioned the field beforehand, and just turning full-backs and outside backs around is a good play on this field. And he nearly come up with it. Lewis Carr just slips and loses his footing under the pressure from the York chasers on this left-hand side of the field. There's an opportunity here now for York to, if they can keep the discipline, really peg the home side down and get another crack at them in good ball. See what they've got here defensively. Team B leading the way.
Yeah, great end to the set for York. Opportunity to mount a little bit defensive pressure and get the ball back in an excellent field position. The home fans enjoyed that carry. Oh, penalty given away, so all that work undone from York, and Dewsbury will get themselves up and over halfway.
And that's going to really disappoint Andrew Henderson, the coach. They've had him in 2 decent field positions and give away 2 really soft penalties. Offside and flopping and messing around at the play of the ball. Just look at where the Dewsbury Rams are able to start their set. A little turn-up played out the back. Lovely stuff there from the home side. A good shot as well. Job.
Beckett and Dawson linking up. Likes to throw a pass, James Beckett, the big front rower. Walker.
We're seeing that more and more in the modern day game, George, aren't we? Big ball carrying forwards, just having a little bit of subtlety about them.
Now then, a bit of daylight over on the far side as York fly out of the line. Enough numbers there, though, to execute the tackle.
There's Taylor Pemberton there.
Turner. Last tackle. Options are right. Going to go left again, that thin play. Popped off the left boot of Callum Turner, and a strong claim too, and then it's knocked on, I think. And it'll be York ball.
It was a good challenge, wasn't it, from Whiteley? He just loses the ball. A little contest over on that far side of the field between Whiteley and Ward. The kick was a beauty. And he just climbs high there. He almost pinches the pocket. Perhaps just a little hand in there dislodges that ball. And again, I think the home side inside the opening almost quarter of the game have started really good.
And they've got a great opportunity here. It is Dewsbury ball, and right from the scrum they come with Hookham and now Bailey O'Connor. 6 again, says the referee from here. Great opportunity for the host. Hookham shows a dummy, runs into a York cul-de-sac. Curtis Davies is the hooker. On his left shoulder is Walker. Goes straight though to the big man Beckett, who is hauled to ground right in front of the sponsored tackle pads protecting the post. On the crash, ball in goal.
Well
Not
met there.
quite, Jackson Walker.
Akumatai, all the experience in the world, having none of that.
But it's coming. Beckett's waiting to the left. They're going to come right again with Hookham. Fizzes the ball. And again, York stand firm. Couple to go this set with Hookham. And then Davis. And then a switch to Beckett again. He looks like the man they're trying to free up.
Looks hungry, doesn't he?
Last tackle. Hookham waits right behind. Then he'll get the shout. And here he comes. And he shifts it to Callum Turner. And they work it wide to the far side. And again, the final ball is awful from O'Connor. Behind everyone and into touch. And for the second time, Dewsbury attacking the line, come up short. And York survived. Kyle Amor.
Yeah, I'm going to credit the York defence there. I thought Dewsbury asked a lot of questions of them. And then on that final play, they almost looked like they created a 3-on-2. But Bailey O'Connor's ball, once again on that left-hand side of the field, needed to be iced. And they ended up going wayward into touch.
Best opportunity of the match so far, that. But it is Dewsbury, the Betfred Championship new boys, knocking on the door against the much fancied York City Knights.
You know, Dewsbury, they're going to have to try and make something better of those sets if they get another couple down there, because this York side can strike and will strike at points in this game. But for Dewsbury, they have to make sure that they nail a couple of opportunities and get a score on the board at least.
Looking down at the benches, I'm just wondering when Andrew Henderson might think to throw on Brendan Santee. He doesn't like to do it too early, but he's a game changer. He can shift where the game's being played up to the final third.
He's a workhorse, isn't he? But at the moment, though, York just haven't had any kind of decent field position with ball in hand. As Pemberton,
that's into touch as well on the far side. And that will be Dewsbury ball.
Yeah, they just tried to run it. I thought Pemberton's better
the
option.
judge says there was a hand there. It's going to be York ball. First real chance for the visitors.
I think it's Whiteley again. Pemberton, I thought he was going to kick. He looks like he's going to shape to kick and then just throws a cut-out ball over to... They try and go through the hands, don't they? And there is a hand on that. Perry Whiteley just gets the final touch, and let's see what York can do now with a full set. 22 metres away from their line, George.
Ronan Dixon on for Dewsbury, first change of the match. And his first task is going to be some try-line defence. Some goal-line defence for the hosts, because York, who haven't threatened, suddenly are camped on the Rams line. Joe dances on his own, and then a reverse ball to Thompson.
Good tackle.
Well hit. Chubb again, Akumatai lurking. Will he send the big man in under the post? He's almost there, you know. Tumped on his back, he can almost feel the whitewash there. Chubb, it's another slow play. Joe on his own. Dewsbury were wise to it. And
that's a penalty given away, back-to-back sets. This is where Dale Ferguson's going to see what his side are really made of. It's the first time in 16, nearly 17 minutes.
Well, I think they're calling for the kicking tee here.
Well, that just shows you what kind of game York feel that they're in.
That's a surprise. Back-to-back sets on the line. You'd back your side to go over from here.
I would say that's a real plus for Dewsbury, the fact that they've elected to take two.
So the first points are imminent. And I think you're right, Dewsbury would take a -2 from here.
Well, look, I know they've been gifted 2 points of York, but my point being made before, when Dewsbury have had 3 or 4 sets on the goal line of the visitors, they came away with nothing. And Taylor Pemberton will just smack that ball over the field.
No mistake, into the car park. Not sure where you're parked, Kyle. Someone's might be in danger there. 2-0 York. After some heavy Rams pressure, York's first look at the line and their extra quality showed. Just shy of the midway point of the first half. First points to the Knights, who lead 2-0.
It's again another one of those awkward kickoffs, George. They've done that first time, and it's come up trumps for them.
He's done really well there. That was an excellent tap back.
Short kickoff. Lewis Carr pounces on that loose ball, and it's Dewsbury once again who have ball in hand. This time with Dawson.
It's great work from Marcus Walker to climb highest. He was second favourite for that, and he's given his side an opportunity to strike right back. Ronan Dixon off the bench with his first carry. It's a good one. It gets his side to 15 away, right in front of the post in the muddy ground here at Flair Stadium. Left to Turner, and then running the edge is Brad Graham. York, so far, their goal line defence has been spot on, but the pressure keeps coming with Callum Turner sensing a little gap and then going to ground, stealing a yard. It's a last tackle though, and he is now out of the play.
Here comes the shift.
Right in front of the post. The fullback joining in again, and York survive again there. Goal line defence has been spot on.
Yeah, no, a real tick in the box for Andrew Henderson. Their ability to defend the ball on goal line. Dewsbury are moving it from left and right and really challenging him a couple of occasions, trying to go through the front door. We saw Akumatai earlier on just use all his experience to deny what could have been a try. And it's York who now have to roll their sleeves up and do the really industrious part of the game, and that's just carrying the ball away from your own line.
Yes, Andrew Henderson, speaking to the Sportsman pre-match, said he was going to learn a lot about a lot of his players today. I'm sure he's doing that already, as Jordan Thompson takes it on again.
Particularly the depth of his squad as well. You know, there's a couple of young guys in here this afternoon. And not this man, Team B. Really like what he did last year for the club.
So last tackle, Dewsbury will take that as a defensive set. The kick coming in from the 40. It's a really long one drilled. Yeah. Even on the soft ground, it's going to skip and go dead.
Yeah. No, again, you know, one thing that Henderson will be perhaps looking to fix up moving forward is their end to sets. They haven't been great, but they are leading, albeit 2-0. Well, it's been a decent contest so far. And your man Santi is looking like he's going to be introduced to the field, but this is a good carry.
Yeah, we mentioned Brendan Santi, who can turn the tide of a game.
Oh, that's a penalty all day long, yeah.
Absolutely.
Team B just puts his hand up in the air. It's Curtis Davies who just darts out from 9. Catches one. See the right arm at Team B. Just catches him high there. No malice in it.
No, he just got it very, very wrong. So double change from York. Fitzsimmons and Santi are imminent.
Connor Fitzsimmons as well. A really, really tough forward at this level. There's another penalty here. Perhaps, George, will he square this up?
Yeah, I think
You'd think so, wouldn't you?
They're all turning round and asking for the kicking tee here, just to settle things down. It's going to be 2 apiece after 22 at Flair Stadium as York ready that double change. And boy, it's tight. It's been industrious, it's been gritty, It's been a lot of contact and there's been a lot of energy. But there's been no clear-cut try-scoring chances. Santi and Fitzsimmons, I think Akumatai will be one of them. It's going to be Team B and Ty, is it?
Yeah.
2 big men.
And this is where I feel the challenge is for Dewsbury, being able to cope with those two coming off the bench. It's almost like for like with a Kumatai and team be coming off for Santi and Fitzsimmons. In fact, if anything, I actually think the bench gives them a step up. And the touch flags are raised.
Yeah, no mistake from the kicking tee, and we're all square again. 2 apiece in Dewsbury in round 3 of the Betfred Challenge Cup.
Callum Turner, sponsored by Catherine Calvin. Dewsbury Rams 2, York Knights 2.
As the muddied, blooded souls of Ty and Teamby make their way back to this near side. And the restart. Andrew Henderson actually pre-match was talking about the wind. I didn't really understand what he was on about.
Yeah, it showed there.
Wind, but we saw it in that kick.
And the one before off the short kickoff just hangs the ball in the air. It's Jimmy Beckett, the captain, straightening up. He's had a number of good carries so far this afternoon. He looked to roll down that left-hand side of the field and pinch a few more metres. That's a decent carry. Greensmith.
It's really bubbling up nice. You can sense it amongst this packed-out main stand. We're commentating right in the middle of the fans, and you can sense the longer it goes, the longer it stays tight, the more there is, the bigger the opportunity. It's a place in round 4, and a big shot. Wow, he went for that.
Just as we look at this game, we just had an update there that Fato Heath Crusaders
Are you sure that's for the right team?
appearing to be winning against Featherstone 24-0.
Are you sure you've got the right team there? You're not giving me the wrong score.
Well, surely we're going to have to get that one checked out.
No, it's Featherstone leading. Featherstone are ahead. I think you've been bold and googly by the Fato Heath social media.
Yeah.
There's no way I'm having that. 24-0 up against Featherstone. I was at Featherstone at Batley.
I was thinking, surely not.
At Batley last week, and Batley were excellent. They beat Featherstone in it was a very similar game to this actually, as Santi goes forward, really tight. And Batley were excellent. They've got the sign over Featherstone. Have the Bulldogs. Back to this one now. Kick on the last, under pressure. Not a good one.
Yeah, that's great kick pressure there from Dawson. Just not allowing Nick Williams any time whatsoever to put that ball. Santi goes hunting and he just slips off. Perhaps needed Thompson to come with him.
The other score from the Betfred Challenge Cup, Batley, who I mentioned, 16-0 up on Workington, their second successive home match. Continuing their fine form from Featherstone last week. Confirmation it is Fato Heath trailing by 18-0 at home against Featherstone. 2 apiece here, another penalty. A few of those creeping in now. And a tight game like this, they could end up being key.
I think it's been the away side whose discipline, particularly out of yardage, has been awful, if I'm going to be honest. I think Dewsbury Rams have only been penalised once for the ball when they had possession of the ball. I think the discipline's been great so far this afternoon, but the York side are just allowing Dewsbury more and more into this game. And there's another dart from 9, picking down that shorthand side with Brad Graham again.
You can hear the yells of encouragement for the home side as they come together. York flying out of the line with purpose.
10 on 10.
It was Dixon who made contact, or was given contact, I should say, by Fitzsimmons. But Dewsbury knocking at the door again. Right side is the play. York's goal line defence has been excellent. Last tackle.
Perhaps a little grubber through here.
It's Hookham waiting. He's running the angle, gives it to Turner. Now then, they could free up the winger in the corner to score. First try of the game, and it's Perry Whiteley in the corner.
A super score from the winger. I thought they were perhaps going to roll it through because they've not had much joy, haven't they? Moved the ball. York have defended so well that we've said, but it's off the back of a penalty again. that allows them in that field position. And if you're going to invite a side to come time and time and time again at your line, well, you're going to pay the price. And it's wonderful ball movement right from this left-hand side of the field. It's Hookham that darts across and feeds the ball to Callum Turner. A beautiful ball out the back to O'Connor. And then the winger just patiently waits, holds his chalk. And he's able to just dart over with ease with nobody in front of him. It's a brilliant score for the Rams. 6-2, kick to come.
You've got to say they deserve it, the hosts.
Ill discipline from York that's allowed them once again to be in this part of the field where points are a premium.
They've been peppering the York line and finally get through. It's a really difficult kick for a left footer. What's Turner come up with here? Yeah, it's faded across. So first miss of the game, 1 from 2 from his left boot, but 6-2 is the Dewsbury lead. Live on the Sportsman. We've got a cup tie with 12 to go until half-time.
Yeah, just really nice ball movement there, well executed. The coaching staff will be delighted with this. The two halfbacks combining, introducing the fullback in Bailey O'Connor at the right time, and a beautiful pass there. The winger has to come flying in. Bailey Ward, he has no other option. And it's just a simple score for Peter Whiteley.
Whiteley's try, Dewsbury's lead, York's restart, finds the ground, they get away. I think the soft pitch has done the hosts a favour there.
Yeah, it's the miscommunication between Hookham and his centre. Not quite sure whose ball it is. Dewsbury will be delighted with this, George.
Yeah, and they're absolutely good value for it.
Yep, fully deserve it at the moment.
He'll be chuffed to bits, Dale Ferguson. Speaking to him off microphone, prior to that interview, admitted that he's having a bit of a baptism of fire as a head coach, still learning the way. He's very much learning on the job. He's actually said that Andrew Henderson, the York boss, has been a great source of help to him so far as his side come again and attack this line down this near side.
They're moving the ball, even in yardage. They're moving the ball with such confidence. As Hookham, he'll just punt the ball away, but it's straight down the throat of Ward. But the chase is okay as well, George, and the contact and the minus meters after it, dragging him back. It's been good for the Rams so far, this.
He'll be very, very pleased, Dale Ferguson, the first half hour or so from the host. Not so much about that.
And there it is. Yeah, marker's not square. Another one of those crackdown laws that's coming into the game in season 2024.
And it's so easy to undo so much good work in a split second of ill discipline, lack of concentration, call it what you want. And that'll be so annoying for him. Josh Daly, the York interchange is about to come on. Will Job will get a breather, so replacement hooker. Daly into the action, and he's got a chance here to create something for his side. 6-2 they trail. Final 10 minutes of the first half, live on the Sportsman as we continue our coverage of the third round of the Betfred Challenge Cup. Daly straight into the thick of it. On his shoulder is Nico Williams, just pops it up to Fitzsimmons to drive towards the post, the big man. Daly and Williams combining again. Promoted on the short ball, dangerous looking ball. Pemberton it was.
Knock on there, yeah, Daly fresh onto the field.
And look at the celebrations from Dewsbury.
Tell you what, they're under pressure, York, at the moment. They are, and a lot of it's their own doing. An incorrect play of the ball and a little error at the base of it.
It's a really good effort, this, isn't it, from Dewsbury so far?
It is, it is. When I mentioned, George, before kick-off, the psychology in a team when you bring a, dare I say, a weakened York side, the message that can send out to some of your experienced players that you're in, that you think you're just going to come here and win. You've got 17 other blokes who were so pumped for this ahead of the
What
new
is your
division.
reading of that? Is that just a measure of where we are? It's pre-season. I don't want to get injuries to key players, or is it a bit of, I don't want to call it arrogance because I know Hendo better than that.
Yeah.
But is it something like we have enough here to win this game?
I think it is that. I think it certainly is that case. I think one or two of their more experienced players are perhaps maybe carried a bump and bruise from pre-season, but need looked after. Oh, that's a good shot from Fitzsimmons.
Fitzsimmons, that's what he's there for.
Yeah, that's good for February.
I'm going to remember that phrase. That's good for February. I could use that in other walks of life. Your penalty.
Yeah, so it's now 30 minutes in, and we're now starting to see the Rams, who are perhaps a bit of that pre-season we spoke about, bit of fatigue coming in. But it's the home side. Back-to-back penalties.
Well,
for me,
sides.
York have to come away with something here, George. I know it might sound a bit ridiculous to say with still 50 minutes left to play, but I do believe that the away side do need to strike here.
Well, both sides have enjoyed great opportunities and good spells of pressure on the opposition line, but I think both sides' goal line defence deserves a tremendous amount of credit so far. But Dewsbury,
they've not really been tested, have they?
No, you're right. York haven't found that killer pass so far. Perhaps now Fitzsimmons was yelling for it, wasn't he, on his inside?
Yeah, he wanted it.
Daly, he's injected a bit of something. Here he goes to Fitzsimmons under the post. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
This is just eaten into the hands of Dewsbury Rams at the moment. Speak about discipline, that's with and without the ball, George. A number of penalties and a number of errors as well. And it's where the errors are. You're just not taking any juice out of Dewsbury at all. But credit them, they're the ones putting the body in front, imposing themselves in this game. And if they could strike in the final 6 minutes, that really would put the seeds of doubt into Andrew Henderson's men.
Some words of encouragement about the offside law for the official from our home fans alongside us.
It's really slow. They're looking to get away with that, Santi.
You can sense the increasing frustration around the ruck from the supporters.
And I think another sign of that is the number of the York middles who are trying to fly out of the line on their own, trying to look for big contact.
Oh, now then he's lost it.
Again,
the tide turning towards York here.
Yeah, the home side need half time. The last 5 minutes have came up with 2 penalties and a mistake. And we just see it's Jackson Walker under pressure from Thompson. And he just loses the ball as he lands on the floor. And the question remains, is are York able to put any kind of decent set together in this part of the field?
Sticky spell this for the hosts. York on top for the first time really in the game in the closing 5 minutes of the half.
Yeah, well, we've seen enough rugby league, George, over the years where momentum swings around, doesn't it? Ebbs and flows over the course of 80 minutes, and it's this time you feel that it's the men in white and yellow.
Off goes Jordan Thompson. But the changes, Daly and Santi and Fitzsimmons, they've made a difference, those three off the bench, and here they come again.
Oh, beautiful ball there.
Through is Ollie Field.
It opened up half a chance.
Daly wants a quick play, he gets it. Santi on his right shoulder, charging at all comers. Last tackle, they're perfectly set up here for a set play. Everyone stacking up left. He goes right. And it's a mess of a kick. And it comes to nothing. Well, I'm not sure about that as a play.
Well,
chucks it away in disgust.
I'm going to credit Greensmith. He jumps the gun from outside in, puts pressure on Pemberton. You just see Greensmith shoots the line, gets in the eye line of Pemberton, who needed to stay a bit more composed, and he just hacks the ball forward.
I'll take it back a little bit, actually. That was a really good kick under pressure, and the opportunity was there. The opportunity was there, he just couldn't take it. The set play was certainly to the left. That's where the instructions were going. But it almost paid off. Dewsbury breathe a sigh of relief and survive, and up they come. They're almost up to halfway.
They can't keep wasting these chances. That's another good run. I really like what he's been doing, Davis.
A really good, strong carry.
Hookham to field, dropping on the offload away, back to Hookham once more. Just running out of room.
Just need to steady the ship a little bit here. They haven't seen much ball in the last 5 or 6 minutes, and you can sense the growing frustration around Flair Stadiums. Hookham drives into the line again.
Another good carry though, George. Quick play of the ball. Davis is off.
It's the last this. They're going to run it again. He's juggling and juggling and juggling. And he's still going. Little dab over the top. They're going to have to deal with this, York. Another set's on the way. Excellent end to the set from Dale Ferguson's Rams.
Yeah, huge contrast in styles when they're in good ball. On that occasion, the Rams are just keep willing to keep the ball alive. It's Greensmith with an offload and a clever little kick. And it just asks Donaghy to come up with something, and he thinks the best play is to kill the player. But it's 6 more now. As Field, he crosses into the 30 with a big shot there from Fitzsimmons. He's got to be careful.
Come out. Penalty.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that they will take 2.
What am I going to say? Discipline again.
Winding down the clock and adding another 2 to the scoreboard on the stroke of half-time.
He's done all the part right there. He just doesn't need to be around his neck. And then they make a play at the ball. It's just silly from 2 what you would call experienced players. Fitzsimmons and Thompson. You'd imagine Callum Turner, probably his easiest kick of the afternoon so far. There is still a bit of distance on it. About 25 metres away. Almost centre field. And if he can get this.
Well, he'll have kicked a few of these with his eyes closed, I'm sure, but it's very heavy out there, so he needs to get his head on here, stay concentrated. Sweet left foot strike.
Perfect.
Right through the middle of the post. And Dewsbury Rams extend their lead to a converted score. It's Dewsbury 8, York 2.
It just gives them a cushion as they head into the break. Not long now left. We've got on our clock there that we are over the 40, so do expect the hooter to be blown at any moment. But it's Pemberton with a very similar kick-off, and Hookham. Referee deems that he's dropped the ball backwards, so they get away with that. And a good carry straight over the top of Santi. Davis.
There we go. Final throws of a compelling first 40. But the home side, if you like the underdogs, they would be, but they're well on top, Dewsbury. They've given York a lot to think about. 8 points to 2 is probably just about right, Kyle Amor, at half-time.
I think so, yeah. I think they can actually be lucky that they aren't further ahead, you know, given the amount of possession that they've had. But I'll credit York's goal line defence. But what I won't credit is the number of mistakes, the number of penalties that the visiting side have gifted Dewsbury Rams. And that's the main story, the main reason why the home side are winning here, albeit by a converted try. But it's 8 points to 2, and the Dewsbury fans in and around us, George, are all standing ovation for the players. Terrific effort from them. But it's only half a job done.
Yes, Dewsbury have a slight stranglehold at half-time. This was the tail of the tape at half-time, Kyle Amor.
Yeah, a couple of last-ditch efforts there, but it was a penalty that was given away, and Pemberton opts to take 2. And I wasn't quite sure on that call, given that the fact that they hadn't really tested their line, but a sign of respect. And then a penalty the other way allows Callum Turner, but this was a beautiful try, wasn't it? 9, 7, and the fullback wearing number 4, all combined for a brilliant score over on that the left-hand side of the field through Perry Whitley. The ball there from Bailey O'Connor, the cut-out ball to find his winger, was a lovely piece of skill. And then right at the end, of course, that Fitzsimmons penalty just allowed Callum Turner, the number 7 for the home side, just to knock that ball through the H. He's 25 metres out centre field and bring the scoreline to 8 points to 2 here.
Well, Andrew Henderson, he's just made his way. He's been watching the game behind us on the press benches in this main stand here at Flair Stadium, Dewsbury. What is Andrew Henderson going to be saying when he makes his way down the stairs and into that dressing room to try and turn this game in his side's favour?
Well, I think the effort's there. You know, I mentioned a number of their middles coming out, trying to impose themselves on the game, but they need to do things together. I think they're giving away penalties, and again, that might be just an individual just jumping the gun, getting off the line, wanting to try and do the right thing, but ended up hurting their own team. And I also think in good ball that they need to fix up the crispness of their attack, the fundamental basics of the game, playing the ball, catching pass, catching under pressure. They've just allowed themselves to create no pressure whatsoever, but credit Dewsbury, you know, they've hung in it, and they've hit them with a sucker punch as well.
Well, those burgers smell really good, Kyle. It is cash only. I don't know if you brought your wallet. Oh, they smell good. We're going to take a break at Flair Stadium. Half-time in a compelling third round Betfred Challenge Cup tie. At the moment, the Rams have their noses just about in front. Half-time, it's Dewsbury who lead York by 8 points to 2.
Well, good afternoon and welcome to the Sportsman.
Towards the corner and scoring in the corner.
He is going to score in the corner. That is a remarkable finish.
Goes for the corner and Learbert's in.
Partington all the way to the line.
And it's Tamsin Renew. The pass from Holly Dodd.
London are going to get them and touch down right through the post. Can they get on the end of it? Yes, they can.
He's gone for the same ball and it's going to work.
Beautiful.
It's going to be able. Is he able to strike one through the post? He might score the winner.
Brings it up to the line, drops it off to Hazard, who reaches through. Now it's on, perhaps. He's got it. That is a remarkable finish.
Burke goes for the corner and Learbert's in. And it's Tamsin Renew. The pass from Holly Dodd.
And this could be the first score of the game because London are going to get them and touch down. He's gone for the same ball and it's going to work.
Beautiful.
They might score the winner. And North Wales have another.
Brings it up to the line, drops it off to Hazard, who reaches through.
You're watching the Sportsman Rugby League. Subscribe for weekly shows, exclusive content and live games.
You're watching the Sportsman Rugby League. Subscribe for weekly shows, exclusive content and live games.
That is a remarkable finish.
Burke goes for the corner and Learbert's in. And it's Tamsin Renew. The pass from Holly Dodd.
And this could be the first score of the game because London are going to get them and touch down. He's gone for the same ball and it's going to work.
Beautiful.
They might score the winner. And North Wales have another.
Brings it up to the line, drops it off to Hazard, who reaches through. Well, good afternoon and welcome to the Sportsman.
Towards the corner and scoring in the corner.
He is going to score in the corner. That is a remarkable
Burke goes
finish.
for the corner and Learbert's in.
Partington all the way to the
And
line.
it's Tamsin Renew. The pass from Holly Dodd.
London are going to get them and touch down right through the post.
Can they get on the end of it? Yes, they can.
He's gone for the same ball and it's going to work.
Beautiful.
It's going to be able. Is he able to strike one through the post? He might score the winner.
Brings it up to the line, drops it off to Hazard, who reaches through. Now it's on, perhaps. He's got it. That is a remarkable finish.
Burke goes for the corner and Learbert's
And this could be the first goal of the game because London are going to get there and touch down. He's gone for the same ball and it's going to work.
Beautiful.
They might score the winner. And North Wales have another.
Brings it up to the line, drops it off to Hazard, who reaches through.
You're watching the Sportsman Rugby League. Subscribe for weekly shows, exclusive content and live games.
You're watching the Sportsman Rugby League. Subscribe for weekly shows, exclusive content and live games.
That is a remarkable finish.
Burke goes for the corner and Leah Burke's in. And it's Tamsin Renew. The pass from Holly Dodd.
And this could be the first goal of the game because London are going to get there and touch down. He's gone for the same ball and it's going to work.
Beautiful.
They might score the winner. And North Wales have another.
Brings it up to the line, drops it off to Hazard, who reaches through.
Well, good afternoon and welcome to the Sportsman.
Towards the corner and scoring in the corner.
He is going to score in the corner. That is a remarkable
Burke
finish.
goes for the corner and Leah Burke's in.
Partington all the way to the line.
And it's Tamsin Renew. The pass from Holly Dodd.
London are going to get there and touch down. Right through the post. Can they get on the end of it? Yes, they can. He's gone for the same ball, and it's going to work.
Beautiful.
It's going to be able. Is he able to strike one through the post? He might score the winner.
Brings it up to the line, drops it off to Hazard, who reaches through. Now it's on, perhaps. He's got it. That is a remarkable finish.
Burke goes for the corner and Leah Burke's in. And it's Tamsin Renew. The pass from Holly Dodd.
And this could be the first goal of the game because London are going to get there and touch down. He's gone for the same ball and it's going to work.
Beautiful.
They might score the winner. And North Wales have another.
Brings it up to the line, drops it off to Hazard, who reaches through.
You're watching the Sportsman Rugby League. Subscribe for weekly shows, exclusive content and live games.
You're watching the Sportsman Rugby League. Subscribe for weekly shows, exclusive content and live games.
That is a remarkable finish.
Burke goes for the corner and Leah Burke's in. And it's Tamsin Renew. The pass from Holly Dodd.
And this could be the first goal of the game because London are going to get there and touch down. He's gone for the same ball and it's going to work.
Beautiful.
They might score the winner. And North Wales have another.
Brings it up to the line, drops it off to Hazard, who reaches through.
(2024) promising to be another fabulous year for rugby league here on the Sportsman, and the Super League, the Betfred Super League season is looming large as well, starting next weekend. Kyle, as always, heavily involved, and you can get all the Betfred Super League build-up with our season preview show. That's streaming now via our YouTube channel. Mark Pearson and Paul Sculthorpe, the great, were at the big season launch earlier this week in Manchester. It was a really good event, that, actually. I made the trip down there myself, and lots of features, interviews and great content is available to watch now. So if you go to the Sportsman Rugby League YouTube page, you can watch our Betfred Super League preview show now. Right here, Dewsbury are making their way back out of the tunnel with an 8-2 lead over York City Knights. The prize is a place in round 4 and a home tie against Sheffield Eagles in the Betfred Challenge Cup. What has to change for the outcome to be different, Kyle, second half here?
Well, I think first and foremost, I mentioned it, you know, pretty much most of the first half between the contrast in discipline, or ill discipline, should I say, between the visitors and the home side. A couple of penalties creeped in at the back end of that first half for the home team, Dewsbury Rams, but they managed to be able to defend it and then hit them with a penalty, which nudged that scoreboard 8 points to 2. As you mentioned, I think Dewsbury Rams, obviously the season they had last year, being promoted into the Championship, this is still very much an opportunity to sort of get excited, to impose themselves on a team that's tipped to finish in and around the top 4, even into the playoffs with York City Knights. But at the moment, league form and league tables do not matter whatsoever. The next 40 minutes is all about progression through to the next round of the Betfred Challenge Cup here on the Sportsman.
Plenty of other ties taking place this afternoon. We'll keep you up to speed as best we can on all of them. Batley have a 40 points to 0 half-time lead over Workington, by the way. Featherton 42-0 up on Thatto Heath Crusaders. In the other early kick-off, all the other games kicking off in about 5 minutes' time, so I'll keep my eye on those for you. Good defensive work on this near side by York.
And Brad Graham just picking out Pemberton. And he's left him on the floor for measure as well. There's Ollie Greensmith being so strong with ball in hand, just pinching more meters, refusing to be put down. And it's Graham again into Pemberton.
Another big collision.
They're making him work. And this last play here, just over the 40-metre line.
It's another slow play on the last. Where are we going with a left boot from Callum Turner? We're going high into this near corner.
And Alex Donaghy, just with all the time in the world to take that up and do terrific work to get back into the centre of the field, and it's a penalty. And the opening set defensively for Dewsbury Rams, and that'll be disappointing for Dale
Not
Ferguson.
how you want to start the second half, this.
Rowan Dickinson. Oh, but they've knocked me. Oh!
Got away with one.
Yeah. Perry Whitley just not with his head in the plate. Doesn't anticipate that that could happen. And they get a bit of luck to the York City Knights. It's their opportunity, the first time in this second half. To test the line out through Reynolds now with the ball, the slow play of the ball.
Here come York then. Start of the second half with Jordan Thompson. All his experience could be key to turning this one around. Brendan Santee running straight at the post, as direct as ever. Here's Josh Daly off the bench at hooker. Back inside to Connor Fitzsimmons, no way through. It's that bright sunshine now enveloped by heavy dark clouds. Last tackle, Thompson it is, with the step and caught in possession. It is the turnover, and Dewsbury survived.
Yeah, you know, I think we probably would have wanted a bit more quality on the end of that, rather than just trying to chuck the ball to Jordan Thompson and ask him to do something. Nick Williams was out the back of that play. But this is where they're going to have to show the coach that they want this competition, they want to progress in this now with the defensive actions here. And that's 2 players gone and not much yardage made at all from Dewsbury. One thing that the Rams will learn this season is that in this competition there won't be any sort of drop-off. They'll be consistent throughout the 80 minutes. They can't just rest on the laurels of that first half performance. Sure they won't.
3-4 minutes into this second half, and it's picked up exactly how it left in the end of the first half. Gritty, attritional, heavy underfoot. Big kick needed on the last. Oh, he's messed it up perfectly between winger and fullback, going right into the corner, and he scurries back. He's done really well, Alex Donaghy there. What a kick that was.
Yeah, and what a save as well. A beautiful kick, splits winger and fullback. And Alex Donaghy just does everything cute towards the end of it to keep the ball in play, just pats it back in field and saves his team the blushes. Oh, it's another penalty. It's a turn of tails, isn't it?
2 defensive sets in York territory, 2 penalties given away.
No, I don't believe that the Rams are that good of a defensive side to keep this up.
Nico Williams into touch, allowing York to start on halfway, and already over halfway.
I don't mean that as a disrespectful comment to the Rams, but I just think if York can fix up their good ball attack and put sustained pressure on the home side's line, that they will get over for points. I've no doubt about that.
Santi going strong again. Here's Thompson.
Well met there through the centre of the field.
Daly. Thompson again. That's a beautiful timed run.
You get a sense it's coming here, George.
Yeah, Dewsbury are right back on the line, and York are over the line. They think they've scored. The touch judge has been asked to give a try, but the referee had the best view and says no, he was held.
Yeah, wonderful tackle. Had to be as well.
York claiming they've scored.
It's Bailey Dawson who's underneath it all. There's a pile of human rubble as Daly just tries to get in. We see Dawson in there, and they all just do enough. There's arms and legs everywhere.
Come on, get in tight now.
It's not a bad place.
More pressure on the way. They're going to try and catch Dewsbury cold down the near side, running out of room. Good sliding defence from the Rams.
Oh, it's just a poor end to the set again from York. They have to fix that up.
There seemed no set play there.
They're almost just making it up as they go along. That's why you need your halves, George. You need your halves to be dominant. I know Nico Williams gets put under pressure through that right edge defence of Dewsbury, but you have to anticipate that, particularly when a ball's just been turned over through a slow stoppage of player being held up over the line. You've got to get your depth right and come up with something.
Here come Dewsbury, needing to get out of their own territory here. York will be happy to keep the Rams camped in their own 30 or so. Bit of welcome sunshine. It's the pitch, you can see now how much that's cut up.
Brad Graham, number of York players being left on the floor, George, as the ball being shipped now from Turner. Oh, that could have been high.
Get away with it. Happy enough. It's the last tackle though. It's going to need another one of those kicks. Dancing out of traffic, he needs to. What's he done here? Well, he's given possession away. Was that a knock on York? Or he's taken it? Well, Callum Turner took a risk there. He almost won his side a full set of 6, but as it is, he's given the ball away in an area of the pitch. You don't want to be doing that.
Yeah, again, you know, if it's discipline from the Rams coming off the visitors' line with cheap penalties, then that's again not what you want to do. I'd class that as an error from the half-back in Hookham, forced to go back at the markers and try and create something out of nothing. And it's the York City Knights who come up with it, as they've had 3 players now and not really advanced forward at all. But it's Thompson with Santi in support.
Last tackle. What have York got? Threaded through, it's too deep. Oh, well.
He probably could have let that go.
It seemed to be too heavy, that, but Dewsbury didn't want to take a chance.
No.
Whiteley taps it behind, so drop out on the way, and more York pressure forthcoming.
It's a clever little kick, and it's enough there with the chase upon him for Perry Whitley just to bat that ball dead. It's more pressure.
It's a really deep restart.
Well, this is a big wind-up carry here. He's got 20 metres and he'll carry hard and straight, and well met. Well met there, Harry Price. But he almost revels in that, does Fitzsimmons.
Santi now. Here's Daly, left side again to Nico Williams. York growing into this game at the start of the second half, sensing that this could be their moment. Jordan Thompson goes on a little run. Now things are starting to open up.
Yeah, one
tacklers falling off. The Rams for the first time look rattled here.
One team just appears to be playing quicker than the other, George, at the moment.
It's Daly. Feints left, comes right. Thompson. They've got an extra man if they can find him. Here he is. Good scrambling defence. He's going to be in touch. How about that from the house? Could have been a try. And the desperation in defence gets Dewsbury the ball back.
It was a wonderful pass from Donaghy over to Bailey, or Ward rather. But the inside defence, even when they looked they were stretched, the numbers and the reinforcements came in. Just look at the work here from the Dewsbury shirts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for measure in there. And look what it means to the players. That is as good as scoring a try, George. Let me tell you, Dale Ferguson will be delighted with that effort from his troops. But really important now for the Rams to get through this set, kick the ball long and chase it really hard. 10 minutes gone in this first half, and you have to say it's been all York. There has been a reaction, a response for sure. Oh, no. That's just not what they needed. Ollie Greensmith just goes without it. Is this the moment where the dam bursts?
Utterly dominant at the moment. Dewsbury hanging on by a thread to their 8-2 half-time lead.
They're getting desperate now with the Rams. And they're going to have to show that desperation once more that they showed in that previous set. Because this is a huge set in the context of this game.
And we're underway with Williams, far side. Well, Dewsbury can't keep defending a full set on their own line. That dam will burst. Nico Williams, Thompson. Williams lurking left side as Daly slots in. He's got Santi to his right. Left is a shout from Williams, who attacks a line and gives the ball.
Good tackle again.
Desperate defending this. Back we come with Williams. Santi is the dummy. They're again looking to free up the extra man on the right, but credit Dewsbury again.
Yeah, they just got the communication wrong on that play, York.
Daly. Thompson to Santi.
Good offload there.
Beautiful offload now then. Attacking the line and spinning. 3 in the tackle from Dewsbury. It's the last. Have they defended another full set, or are York about to strike? Into the corner they go. Sliding across Dewsbury.
Brilliant.
Wonderful work again.
Rampant from the Rams at the moment in defence. They're everywhere at the moment. It's almost like they've got an extra player, George.
But you wonder how much this is taken out of the tank going into the last 20.
Yeah, I agree. But the longer this goes on, the more frustrated the York side become. Have they got the experience in the halves just to stay with it? Keep it going, knowing that they will crack eventually. The law of averages will tell you that.
Well, they need a lift up the pitch. They need to complete a set. Dewsbury here. But it will do their confidence no harm. Defending all those sets on the line, and York coming up dry as Santi goes in for a big one.
Big hit there from Santi on Davis.
Turner.
Oh, show and go there from the big front rower, and he's doing well. He's doing really well.
That's what they needed. Couple to go this set. That was Jimmy Beckett at his best, and they get 6 again.
Yeah, wonderful from the skipper there. Just what his side needed, given that all that defending they've had to do for 12 minutes. The real captain's knock there.
Curtis Davis.
Oh, big shot.
He felt that, but he's kept hold just to the football.
Yeah, a little rib tickler.
Davis.
Graham really targeting Pemberton. They've hit that short ball every time on Pemberton, George.
O'Connor. Turner. This is more like it from Dewsbury. Having an attack of their own. Couple to go. 10 away, left side.
Well, this would hurt York if they could get over.
It would be a real strike against the run of play. Dewsbury have gone the length here. Last tackle.
Here we go.
Davis over it. Will he go on his own here? No, he flings it back. Finds Hookham. Threads one through, not his best.
Yeah, no, sloppy end to that set there from Hookham. Just needed to get his foot on it properly. Steps off, back off his inside, tries to open up the angle for his right foot and just makes a mess of it.
But this is the area of the pitch that Dewsbury want to be. Can they contain York here for a while?
It's so much easier, George, let me tell you, defending this part of the field than it is what they've spent what almost seemed like an eternity in that second half down that end of the field. But it has been their discipline that's allowed them, and a quality defensive set here will certainly be a tick in the box. And they're flooding through now. There's a chance there's a break on.
Where's the support though? The defence is there. The referee almost lost his footing in back play.
Brilliant break there from the full-back. They've got one more player to defend here.
This is the last. Threaded through. Dewsbury have numbers there, but York have gone. Oh, they've got a penalty,
they've got
Dewsbury.
a penalty, Callum Turner, he just scoops that ball up, steps off his right foot, and it's just a lazy arm from York.
York successfully went from one end of the pitch to the other, but they've given away a penalty. This lands on this roof above us. Oh, we've had 15 minutes second half, no addition to the scoreline. 8-2 is the Dewsbury Rams lead. A home tie with Sheffield Eagles in round 4 awaits. The winners, who at the moment are Dewsbury, but it's tied. One try so far in this match.
I think both back rowers this afternoon for the home team, Dewsbury Rams, have been quality, as is this man. Oh, lovely short pop pass. It's Graham, again an industrious back rower on this left-hand side of the field. They're just creating momentum now.
Davis. And there's Joe Hurd. Will Jubb's going to come back on in a sec for York. This is the last tackle. He's lurking his turner on the left. Here he is. He's put it up to challenge for in the sunshine. It's a good take.
And what's the chase like?
Chase is decent.
Yeah. Well, they're just not quite set there at marker. And Doherty just threatens that space.
Really good, Curtis.
Oh, that's a beauty.
Have some of that.
Oh, Dixon. Low, hard, and with plenty of intent.
Chubb. Over halfway. Last tackle, York. What can they do from here? It's a great contest, this. It's going to be Williams off the outside of the right boot. Poor
terrible.
Kick.
Again, their end of sets have been shocking, I have to say.
Here come Dewsbury. Oh, just slips at the moment of impact. Well, we're well set up for the final quarter to be an absolute cracker here on the Sportsman.
A little half a chance there from O'Connor.
Well, I alluded to it, Kyle, earlier. Last time we were here for a Challenge Cup tie with the Sportsman cameras, you were out there playing, weren't you?
Well,
what happened?
Out there playing might be a question mark over that word.
You were in a Widnes shirt, I remember.
Yes, correct, yeah.
Quite what you were doing in that Widnes shirt, I don't know.
The Rams were terrific that day, almost a similar performance what they'd done here. Plenty of people fancied the Vikings that day, but they weren't able to get over the line, and again, an attitudinal performance, one more superior than the other, and I think we'll find a little bit of that here this afternoon.
Still plenty of time though. Last tackle this. Do they know it's the last? He does. Pops one up. Narrow kick for the try scorer Whitley to chase.
But this last couple of minutes, George, has gone set for set. The rucks in and around the centre of the field are getting quicker. The outside backs for Dewsbury are getting them quick play of the balls. The forwards for York, they're doing their hard yards and getting the quick play of the balls for Jubb to jump out. You almost sense that there's a break coming.
That defeat there, that cup defeat, did allow you a couple of free weekends in your caravan, as I recall, Carl.
Well, yeah.
So it gave you the work-life balance back that perhaps you were requiring at that stage of last year.
Well, it doesn't matter about me, George. It's on this today.
Still don't know which way this one's going to go, Dewsbury have put so much into this game, but you just sense York are there lurking, ready to strike. They've not been at their best, but they're in it.
They are in it, and that's the huge part. But that's another poor
Straight
kick
out on the full,
and it's going from bad to worse for York. You almost sense, George, that a try for either side is going to change the whole course of this game, isn't it? If Dewsbury can get over, you'd imagine that the way they're playing, that it'll crush the visiting team. But Nico Williams is a much better player than what he's displayed this afternoon. He's been caught with the ball a couple of times on last, a couple of kicks out on the full as well. And Pemberton, he's tried and had some cute little inventive kicks, but just haven't been able to get enough quality on their end of their sets, their end of their players in good ball. And Dewsbury, well, they're just rolling the sleeves up and just trying to get through and stay in the contest. And at the moment, they are the better side for good measure.
Loads of other third-round Betfred Challenge Cup ties underway this afternoon. I'll run you through the latest scores in just a moment. Dewsbury asking the referee for a penalty. Referee unmoved. He's done well this afternoon, the official.
Kumatai back out there.
Yeah, Kumatai and Will Job both reintroduced by Andrew Henderson.
Oh, that's a big carry again.
Last tackle.
Beckett.
He'll want a good kick here, Turner. He's going to be under pressure. Again, he just pops it up and says challenge for that, and they're after it. And it's not backwards. This could be anyone's into the corner. Referee saying we'll just go back and play it from there. So latest scores elsewhere. Batley, who had that big lead over Workington, it's been trimmed a bit, 40-12, the latest score. Here, Dewsbury 8, York 2, Featherstone 46-0 up at Thatto Heath. Crusaders in St Helens. Bradford and Crusaders pointless. Halifax 12-0 up on Whitehaven, no points at Hunslet, Keighley or Rochdale Hurricanes. Swinton 6-0 up on West Hull. That's for the right to play Oldham, who had that fabulous winner in Barrow. And Widnes 0, Doncaster 6.
See, nothing to do with me this time.
You can't blame that one on Kyle Amor this time. I've commentated on some of your worst games, actually. I just had a flashback to that one at Featherstone when you threw that awful forward pass right at the end. Do you remember?
No.
Was that a Widnes game as well? You were behind and you had an overlap and the ball was in your hands. And you...
No, I was commentating that game with you.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
Who was that then? I just assumed it was your bad pass.
No. Okay. Let's not hang me out to dry here.
Right, I'll let you off. Sorry, your reputation precedes you. Anyway, shall we get back to this one?
Yes.
Final 20 minutes, Rams 8, York 2, 1 try.
That's all that separates these two.
And it's all it might take, you know, to decide this game. Penalty, York.
He wasn't too sure about that, the official. Perhaps waiting for word off the linesman. It was took an eternity to make that call. There's no point in them going for two. They have to carry on, but again, it's just a bit more pressure. A couple of the Rams players on their haunches.
So Job with the tap, and Akumatai just carries it, and as many opponents as he can right towards the post. York knocking at the door again. 18 or so to go. Is this York's chance to strike back? Over they go. Ollie Field, and York are right back in this.
Well, it was only a matter of time. Akumatai's carry leaves a player on the floor. I think it's Jimmy Beckett. He looks to go to the wrong side of the field. The fullback sends him round, and he's not able to get round quick enough. The width of the pass there to Jordan Thompson just creates the space, gives him an extra number. And Nico Williams have been critical of him this afternoon, but that lovely, soft, short ball into field just takes him over the line. The width of the pass there from Williams. He straightens up Williams, a double pump. And it's a neat little score there for the bat rower. Oliver Field gets over for a crucial score. 17 minutes left in this game. And a chance here for Pemberton to bring us all locked in at 8-all and bring a game on our hands for sure.
A kick to tie us up.
This is a big moment. I just felt that the amount of pressure that Dewsbury had brought upon themselves, that they wouldn't be able to hold York out for all of this second half, certainly not.
Taylor Pemberton to level us up. With a shade over a quarter of an hour to go, and he does.
Yeah, beautiful.
Touch judge thought about it. Flags go up.
Cool as you like under pressure there. And Taylor Pemberton. But again, that width of pass there, George, it beats 3 players. A later retreat, not getting round in time, not moving quick enough. And it just creates a space. It leaves an edge player in 2 minds guessing. He looks to head out, but Field tears his inside shoulder off. And just has enough power to get through that hole.
Perfectly poised. Pick a winner. 15 to go on the Sportsman.
I'm going to stick to my guns, George, and think York have enough quality to get over it.
But Dewsbury have shown heart. And is that going to be enough to see them home? Don't go anywhere.
No,
it's a penalty to York. Groans from the home crowd.
Yeah, Joel Russell. Not long been on this field.
Well, credit York's patience here. They've not been firing on all cylinders today, but they've hung in the hunt. They've got themselves back level, and now they're ready to strike.
I think they're getting themselves excited, aren't they? Look at that carry, tells you every single thing about where they're at now. They sense an opportunity, a moment in this game.
Judd Thompson, who's been excellent, I think, today.
Yeah.
He's been everywhere. Set up the try. He looks like he's going to play 82. Will Jubb has a glance, comes back to his right and finds Taylor Pemberton, who's kicked 2 from 2.
There we go, yeah. Look at
they're going to strike again.
Body's just lying on the floor now. Dewsbury are doing it tough. A width of pass again. Teamby just straightens up and carries straight over the top.
Jack Teamby. Brute force. Jubb looks for Akuma Tai, goes behind him to find Thompson. Floated ball in the intercept, and an opportunity goes missing.
Terrible ball from Pemberton. He went for the worldie. Came up with absolutely nothing. Just didn't really need that.
Well, all of a sudden it's a cracker.
He's trying to throw an impossible pass 8 metres away from their line. Trying to cut out 3 men. Of course they got to jam it.
Well, if the Rams were wearing long sleeves, you could see them rolling them up right now. That's metaphorically what they're doing here, to try and see this game back into their favour. They've been under the cosh all of the second half. They want a penalty. They're still going.
Well, they're just flooding through the field, trying to prey it on a quick play of the ball. And it looks like they might get another one here.
Last tackle.
Well, it's Hurd.
Callum Turner, under pressure from Jordan Thompson, goes high. Good claim. Had to be. From Donaghy.
Well, this is what we wanted, isn't it, on the Sportsman? A game, do not go anywhere. 8-all as we head into the final part of this contest.
Tell your mates, send them a link. Get them logged into YouTube. It's live, exclusive, free. And it's a cracker. Jubb. Another slow play. Jubb fizzes it to Nico Williams.
This crowd are becoming more and more frustrated.
Right. On the last tackle here, they're all back right. They're going to go left again. The thin side play, watches it well under pressure.
Great position and a great return as well.
Here we go.
Oh, yes.
Here we go. Look at this from the Rams. Brilliant kick return. Has he got the toes far side? Oh, what a moment. What a tackle saver. He's still going. Is he knocked it on?
Oh,
wow. Word. Breathtaking rugby league.
Jordan Thompson, take a bow. The patience, all the experience just to show as they break away here, the fullback. Just keep your eye on Jordan Thompson. He accelerates away. Look at him go, look at him motor.
What a match he has had. Look at that effort.
What a play.
Phenomenal.
He has every right to give up on that, but he doesn't. And when the ball's released back in field, O'Connor comes up with the mistake.
What an effort from Bailey O'Connor, but wow, Jordan Thompson.
Well, if they go on to win this game, the Knights, well, they can thank Jordan Thompson in bucket loads, because that is a sensational effort, a super play.
Well, it's the Super Bowl tonight, and that was an NFL-style kick return. But what about the chase, and what about the effort? That's injected something back into this Dewsbury side, you know. As York have been on top, but now it feels a bit different. Job again.
Yeah, the Rams need a couple of more players like this defensively. Squeaky clean is a must. Teamby, he straightens up, bumps off Davies, keeps going. That's a good carry, isn't it? He always does that for his side, finds his elbows and knees, quick play of the balls, allows Akuma Tide to take over. And that's 2 carries and 20 metres purchased.
It's the last though. Williams under pressure.
Oh, 6 more as well.
6 more.
Here's a threat here, Williams. Perhaps he just wants the fields to dry up. He's got terrific footwork. He's not been able to show it this afternoon. He just takes his medicine on that play. And the hero of the hour, Thompson, straightens up. Pemberton looks inside, hits Akuma Tai on the outside, spins.
Have York got another one up the sleeve? Williams. Williams on his own. Dewsbury do their job again. Akuma Tai wants it. And they're going to set up right in front here. Last tackle. 1. They're going to come left with Williams. Threads one through. It could be anyone's this.
Bailey O'Connor there gets a ricochet. I thought perhaps maybe a 1-pointer might have been okay. But we the players elected that were not at that stage of the game, but there's rushing line speed from the Knights. They can smell an opportunity without the ball.
Dewsbury treading water in their deep end here. They're going to be kicking from their own 10, I think.
That's a good carry there.
Needed that. Couple to go. Job executes the tackle. This is the last, so they're up to 30.
It's another neat kick there.
Good positioning from the fullback, Donoghue.
Yeah. And they're moving the ball out of yardage as well. Just coming back through the centre of the field. Beckett's in there to meet him. But Dewsbury look tired now, George. They really do.
Well, they've shown such character. Such heart, as I said before. York, you sense, might have that extra gear, might have that spark. But Dewsbury are still there at 8 apiece with 8 to go. York readying another change. It's Teenby for Santee. Is he the match winner, perhaps, Brendan Santee? Harry Price is ready to get his first minutes of the game too. Here's Santee straight into the thick of it. Akuma Tai comes off. That's him done. So 2 big hitters out of the way for Dewsbury. That's a great kick towards the post. Might strike the upright. Oh, well claimed. Is it Hookham back there?
Oh, this crowd are appealing for everything that they can.
Well, they're doing it tough here, Dewsbury. Where's the ball come out there? Referee looks at the touch judge, doesn't get anything, and the ball has come free as an unforced error. So York have got a full set on the Dewsbury line and potentially a chance to win this cup tie.
Yeah, Lewis Carr just deemed to lose the ball in the last part of this play. And there's arms all over it. And it does seem to come out. I think he might be unlucky on that angle there. Williams all over him. But is this the moment, George? We've had to do what appears to be predominantly the full second half with our heads turned to the right as you see these pictures. Tried from the base of the scrum. They're coming left.
There they go, attacking the Dewsbury line. Look at that defence again.
Brilliant.
Oh, and in touch. How about that from the Rams? They've defended heroically this afternoon on the first tackle.
Yeah, well, we saw a glimpse over on that right-hand side. Well, then now they've done it at the opposite end. Not only that, they've forced him over the in-goal area, so they'll get a 20-metre restart.
Zero, square Ollie.
But for the Rams, they just need to finish up the other end of the field, contain York, get an opportunity and then go for that 1 point. They're not going to get too many sets now with what's left on the clock up the other end of the field. And again, they've targeted this right edge and they've just been allowed to creep forward. It's Turner just looking to drop middles off through the middle of the field. And that's a run with interest, isn't it? We're going to have 2 more players here. Davis tries to dart out from 9. It's the last one.
Now then, where are they going to go?
Distance here for this.
Turner, no, he's going to play for territory still.
That's a smart play, if you ask me. Providing that they can come up with the next 5 plays with good, honest line speed, they'll get an opportunity to edge closer towards. You'd have to imagine, George, the next set, they have to go for that 1 point, you would have thought. Santi.
3 now.
It's with York left side.
I see, that's just too easy, really. They've just been able to chew that side of the field up, attacking the short side, pinching 15, 20 metres. And this is the last here,
Where's
right on halfway.
Williams, just a nothing mid-range kick, really. And here comes Dewsbury again.
And it's with Lewis Carr.
Well, now's the time for the match winner to step up for either side. 4 minutes left.
Oh,
next score for a place in round 4 of Rugby League's most prestigious cup competition. And I'll need your Betfred play of the match imminently, Kyle.
Well, we may even go into golden point, George, yet.
That looms large, unless we get a winner. Here comes Dewsbury.
Oh, I really like Graham as well this afternoon. He's been an absolute nightmare for Pemberton.
Now then, this is the last. Is Turner going to go? No, he's going to go off the outside of the left boot. He's already there.
He's been safe, hasn't he, the full-back for York? Apart from that first mistake, he's caught everything and returned it well. And again, the Rams now, they just seem to be creeping back into this game, but is there enough time left on the clock for them to put themselves in a decent spot to take it?
Well, next score wins it, either now or in golden point. Williams. It's got to be error-free Rugby League to give you a chance here.
Thompson.
Are York going to get the first look at a drop goal here? Job. There's the substitute, Harry Price.
What a game this has been, whichever way it goes.
Job. Nikhil Williams. Back inside to Santi. Now they're in position.
Williams is just having a little look.
The pitch is awful for a kicker. But is that where it's going to come from? They're setting up for Williams, who's going to run it. Williams attacking the post. Here come York. Flick pass, and they're over! Nikhil Williams to win the cup tie for York and send them through to round 4 of the Betfred Challenge Cup.
Well, sport can be cruel, George. And a player that hasn't really had the brightest of afternoon, well, he delivers on the most important part of it. Everybody thought he was going for the drop goal. That right edge of Dewsbury Rams thought so too. They stopped moving. And a player of Nikhil Williams' quality is able to have a look up, sense of space. He takes it, supplies another short ball to Field, who in return flicks it out the back. A try provider moments ago. He's now a try scorer through Nikhil Williams. He just skirts back along. Field with a beautiful little flick. Then what an important score that is to send York into the next round of the Betfred Challenge Cup.
What drama, what a finish. We wondered where the match winner had come from. A player who's been relatively quiet, well shackled, with that injection of magic to win it. And the kick, well, it doesn't mean anything now, but it's bang in front of the post. Who's your Betfred player of the match, Kyle Amor?
Well, look, we've just mentioned there about Nico Williams coming up with important moments in the game and what is a quiet afternoon by his standards. But I'm going to cast my mind back to the effort and the courageousness of that chase back through Jordan Thompson. That really there is what Andrew Henderson will look on to showcase to all of his squad, not just here this afternoon, about what it means to be a York City Knight player in a game of importance. That effort from him has put them in the field position to come up with this. Well, Betfred player of the match is Jordan Thompson.
So the York City Knights, loose forward, number 13, Jordan Thompson, Kyle Amor's Betfred player of the match. And Andrew Henderson's side,
there he is,
will host Sheffield in round 4. And off he goes again.
Just a super performance from him. The ability to roll his sleeves up, take the baton forward, but have the subtlety, skill as well to introduce others in the middle of the field onto the ball. But then that effort there, that epitomises what rugby league and big games is all about. The siren goes, and when you're in a tight-knit contest, it's always effort, George, that gets you over the line. And a wonderful performance from Dewsbury. You know, their fans can be delighted with what they've seen here this afternoon as they head into what's going to be a competitive season for them. But for York, who came over here with perhaps one or two rested with bumps and bruises or selection process, but they've got the job done and they advance forward, and it's exactly what Andrew Henderson would have wanted out of this game. The performance questionable, but they're in the hat, George, and that's all that matters.
14 points to 8 for Andrew Henderson's York City Knights. Post-match reaction on the way here on the Sportsman. I hope you've enjoyed the drama with us this afternoon. The home side giving it a real go. Dale Ferguson's Betfred Championship new boys were right in the game. The officials, as they always do, were the pantomime villains. The home fans unhappy with the final few minutes there, but you just sensed that York's extra class, perhaps extra stamina, extra fitness, extra reserves may prove the big difference there, and so it proved. Well, plenty to get your teeth into here, Kyle, as we reflect on the moments of what was a compelling contest, won ultimately by the favourites here at Flair Stadium.
Yeah, we just see right from the start of the game, there's a number of penalties in this game throughout the contest, and the first one of the afternoon falls in favour of York, and Taylor Pemberton just slots that one over. And then in return, it was this time the visitors to give Callum Turner a shot at goal, and takes it. The Dewsbury Rams, they were brilliant this afternoon in defeat, and they moved the ball really well to this side of the field for their only score of the afternoon through Perry Whiteley. Hookham onto field, out the back to O'Connor with a beautiful ball to find Perry Whiteley, over in that corner. But then the second half, well, it belonged all really to York City Knights, and they had an enormous amount of time and field position in their opposition half. But there was some good effort from the home side, the commitment there for Dale Ferguson moving forward. But this lovely softball, Nico Williams, I'm going to mention his name a couple of times. If you just tune in right now to catch the highlights of this, you'd have thought Nico Williams had had a wonderful game. He had, not by his standards, but the crucial thing is, for Andrew Henderson, his halfback came up with right moments in right parts of the game and introduced field there for that lovely short pass. But this is where the game was won for me. The break from backfield from Dewsbury Rams, and just keep your eye on Jordan Thompson as he chases down Carr. Does enough there.
What an effort.
What a super effort. That's the game winner right there from the Betfred player of the match in Jordan Thompson. And then at the very, very end, when everybody thought, keep your eye on the right edge as the pitches come through, they thought Nico Williams was going to go for the drop goal. There's a stagger defence. When you do that, you're in trouble. And a hard line from field again. This time, he provides his halfback with the try assist himself. And that there, with the super dive over at the end, is enough to showcase that it's the visitors who came here and right at the death pinched the pocket of the Rams to progress through to the next round of the Betfred Challenge Cup. A terrific performance, a wonderful game to watch and call live on the Sportsman. It finishes York 14, Dewsbury 8.
And the relief that you saw on the faces of the York players is a pat on the back ready for Dewsbury, is it not?
Well, George, we said right at the start, we were talking about how the two sides and where they are in terms of their season, their journey into 2024. And you're not going to get the complete performance at this stage. But for Andrew Henderson, it was all about the win and getting that win and being in the next round. Had they failed and crashed out here, it just would have set the York City Knights' season off to a bad start. But they're through, and that's all that matters. But I feel sorry for Dewsbury because I think they were outstanding.
Right, let's get some post-match reaction. Let's get down to pitch side, where we're going to hear from both head coaches, and the player of the match, I think, is poised, I think, when we're ready to speak to him. They'll be, I think, very relieved, York. Let's get the reaction from Dale Ferguson, Andrew Henderson, but first, Kyle Amor's player of the match. Who was Jordan Thompson, there with Paul Kidd.
Jordan, first of all, many congratulations there. You've not only obviously won the match in the final minutes, but you've got yourself the player of the match accolade.
Yeah, I'll take that. It was a tough game there. We knew it were going to be, conditions. Weather's not been too great round here over this last week, so we knew we were going to come and it'd be a dogfight up through that middle. We knew we'd have to work hard, and if it come or not, we knew it might be late on, and that's when it came for us.
You mentioned the dogfight there up that middle, but Dewsbury really made you work hard, obviously, for that victory, didn't they?
Yeah, that's it. We knew we're not wanting for an easy day coming here. They really do front up, and they've got some big boys in that middle, so you've got to be on your game to match them, and then hopefully come over top of them, which luckily we did.
And just a word as well from yourself, just before we let you go. Your fellow forwards out there have really worked hard, and obviously it was a forward battle, and ultimately it's the forwards that have won you the game in the end.
Well, that's it. We said there's no feeling sorry for us then today. It's going to be a tough hit out, and we've got to just keep turning up for each other. And like I just said previous, when it comes, we want to, sure, but we knew if we'd have stuck together, it were a chance of coming, and luckily it's come off for us.
John, we'll bring in your head coach now, Andrew Henderson. Thanks for joining us, and all the very best for the rest of the season. Endo, first of all, they made you wait until obviously the very last minute, but you must be delighted with the victory there.
Oh, I'm delighted that we found a way to win. Probably got a little bit of a get out of jail card there at the back end, but no, it's a credit to that team today to find a way to win, because I feel we were far from our best today, and that's got to give credit there to Dewsbury. I thought the first half they disrupted us and they controlled that ruck area defensively a lot better than we did, and I just felt first half especially, we were just, in terms of our discipline, I think we conceded 8 penalties in the first half, and we gave a couple of 7 tackle sets, a few 6 agains, and our completion rate, our ball control was really low for our standards. So, I thought we put ourselves under a hell of a lot of pressure, and we done well. I thought we done well to scramble and defend as well as we did, because there was time and time again Dewsbury were attacking the line, and I thought defensively, we were pretty strong today in terms of systematically. But we spoke about at half time that if we continue this trend in the second half, it's going to come back to bite us, and unfortunately we were able to be a little bit more efficient with our ball control, a little bit better in that area, and we were a little bit better with our discipline, and ultimately we just had enough juice at the end of the game to just get ourselves across the line and get through to the next round.
Obviously, throughout the game, Hendo, you had some great field position, finishing the sets in good ball position, but then, as you say, frustrating, giving away penalties on the back of that, and giving a piggyback to Dewsbury. Yeah,
we did that too often for my liking today, to be honest with you, Paul. But again, we'll learn from that, and there's a lot of young players out there today, a lot of guys playing out of position as well, so we wanted to have a look at a few different things, and I think a lot of those players will certainly learn and benefit from the experience today, and we always knew it was going to be a stern test. It's Challenge Cup Rugby League, there's form goes out the window. We knew we were playing at a field here that's, it's heavy, it's boggy, it's a different conditions to what we're used to, tighter field as well, so you're not going to go around your teams here, you've got to go through, and and we were challenged today by a very stubborn and determined Dewsbury side. I'm just fortunate that we just had enough in the locker there to find a way to win, so credit to our young boys today for getting through.
You mentioned prior to the game, Hendo, coming into this game about righting a few wrongs from last week, and obviously giving a few youngsters a chance. Just whereabouts are you at this moment in time ahead of the next game?
Look, we've still got miles of improvement in us. We've still got a lot of work still to do overall. But I'm certainly pleased with some of the players that featured last week. I thought the way they defended today was a lot more effective and efficient. I thought we saw a little bit more energy and intent for us defensively at times, Paul, which was great. So I'm pleased with some of those guys that played last week. And the way that they sort of I suppose responded in a positive manner this time. And great to see some of our young guys. Some guys who haven't played for the club before, and Francis Coggle and Alex Donaghy, and obviously Josh Daly having his first game back from injury today, which was good to see. So yeah, and fortunately, hopefully we've come through unscathed. So it's a good day all round for us.
And obviously another tough test in the next round against Sheffield Eagles at home. Just what we've got to look forward to in that contest.
Yeah, well, I'm hoping it's not going to be a thriller like last time. I mean, it was a great contest that we had last year against Sheffield at the same time of the competition, and a bit of controversy in that game as well. But the way we produced a performance, I think we played with 12 men for 50 minutes of that game and managed to scrape home against a very, very good Sheffield side. So I mean, it was one of the best sort of games I've been involved in as a coach last year, if I'm honest. So, but I don't want that kind of nail-biting experience again. So, but no, we're very much looking forward to the Challenge Cup in a couple of weeks' time, and welcoming a great club in Sheffield Eagles to the LNER Stadium, and hopefully, we'll put on another good show.
Endo, thanks as always for joining us. We'll bring in Dale Ferguson now, and all the very best, Endo. Dale, first of all, obviously agonising at the end there to lose the game in that fashion, as it looked as though we were heading into Golden Point.
Yeah, it did. I believe we competed right till the end. Obviously, we slipped up a little bit and gave York the opportunity, and that's what sort of happens with these quality teams with depth in numbers. You give them a sniff and they take the chance.
If you take away that agonising sort of defeat at the end, you were looking prior to the game for an 80-minute performance. You virtually had that today.
Yeah, that's what I said before. Sort of the last couple of games we've not obviously worked and gelled like as an 80-minute unit. Today, I believe we got a real good effort from everyone. We got some good minutes out of Ola's pack, and I believe we sort of look like a good team.
And obviously defensively, you've matched York today, there's no question about it. That must give you confidence going forward into the league campaign in a few weeks' time. Yeah,
we've showed glimpses all the way through the pre-season that we can defend as a good unit. We did it against Huddersfield and we did it against Keighley in spells. Today I believe we got a complete sort of package for the 80 minutes. There were a couple of slip-ups which we'll evaluate moving into a little break we've got now, but we'll be good to go for this game at season.
Dale, thanks for joining us. Commiseration once again, and the best of luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you very much. Cheers, mate.
So the two head coaches and the player of the match speaking to our man Paul Kidd. Final thoughts then from you, Kyle Airmore. Right winners this afternoon, I should say.
Yeah, look, on the balance of play, there wasn't really a lot between the two sides, and I think that's more of a tick in the box for Dewsbury rather than York. York know that they've come and pinched the pockets of the Rams, and you can just tell in the honesty of Dale Ferguson where what he wanted out of the game, and look, he's happy with his side. Disappointed that he's out, but I think a terrific effort for them and a real learning curve for them heading forward into what will be a very tough and vigorous campaign.
Carl, it's been great to have you with us. That's as far as we go on the Sportsman Rugby League this afternoon. Hope you've enjoyed our coverage. Not sure that you couldn't have enjoyed that. It was some game, wasn't it? Dewsbury, bags of heart, but in the end York had that extra bit of magic to see it through, and they're in to the next round of the Betfred Challenge Cup. From Kyle Airmore, from me, George Riley, and the rest of the team here at the Sportsman. We'll see you next time. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Goodbye.
That is a remarkable finish.
Burke goes for the corner, and Leah Burke's in. And it's Tamsin Renew. The pass from Holly Dodd.
And this could be the first score of the game because London are going to get them and touch down. He's gone for the same ball, and it's going to work.
Beautiful.
They might score the winner. And North Wales have another.
Brings it up to the line, drops it off to Hazard, who reaches through.